I'm very pleased to be here in Greece today, and also very excited to be talking to you about Moto G and about our launch in Greece with Wind and Public in partnership. So you may be aware that Moto G has launched in some markets. Now in all of those markets we have launched with incredible success. We have over 14 Best of awards. Most of the reviews are 5 out of 5 stars. So for example, in places like the UK, Moto G was the #1 selling smartphone on Amazon. In our core markets, Latin America and North America, the product is selling extremely well. I've recently returned from launching the product in India. We launched in India at midnight and the product had sold out within half an hour. So we're pretty confident that this product launch in partnership with Wind and Public in Greece is going to be very strong. We're very confident about that. So you might ask, what is so special about Moto G? What is it about Moto G? Well, at Motorola we believe that everyone deserves to have the power of the internet in the palm of their hand. So basically a strong smartphone. Now, if you're a consumer who's looking to have an affordable smartphone, that often means you have to make two difficult choices. One, you can buy a very cheap smartphone, which may be built on older technology, and it may not work quite as well as you'd like with some of your favourite apps, so you can't get everything you want to work quite how you really wanted it. The other choice you can make is you can buy an old premium smartphone, which was launched a few years ago. Now, those two choices, we don't consider those two choices to be particularly optimal. Now, if you think about it, there are 500 million, yes, 500 million people are going to be buying an affordable smartphone this year. And we don't believe that those 500 million people should be forced to compromise. And that's why we're launching Moto G. Because Moto G is an affordable smartphone that gives you a premium experience at a price that we believe Greek consumers will really love. So what I'd like to do now is hand over to Christoph Janaba, who's going to talk you through some of the great experiences on Moto G. Christoph.
Thank you, Simon. So I agree with Simon. No consumer should compromise quality, performance, or personal style, and this is exactly what Moto G delivers. Now, but we've started. Well, my name is Christoph, as you said. So very excited to be in Athens. I've been here quite a few times in the last years, and I was really thrilled that we are going to launch this together with Wind and Public. I think it's great. Now, we've started actually kind of a year ago by asking consumers around the world, and we've asked about 15,000 consumers around the world in 4 continents, what they really care about on their smartphones. And guess what? The #1 thing was mentioned was the display. The display and a great display performance is the #1 criteria for all consumers around the world to experience the internet. But you can't do things with a display if you don't have the great performance of the processor. You can't browse as fast as you want. You can't use the latest apps if you don't have a super quick processor. But also it needs to run the whole day, so all day battery. Plus, third one, all consumers around the world said, I am tired of being behind on my operating system. I want to have the last one. I want to have upgrades faster. So that's across the world, the same feedback we've got. And then the last one is, consumers are tired of having the same device every time and in the same looking device as everybody else. So consumers want to have their personal style, they want to customize their device. Now, we've listened to that, and let me go into the Moto G and let me just give you some of the key specs on the first feedback we got from consumers, which is the display. We have built in a gorgeous 4.5-inch display into this form factor, so really kind of the leading edge technology in this price tier, with a 720p resolution and 329 ppi pixel density. So it's a gorgeous display, and as soon as we go to the demo area later today, you can see that it's really a phenomenal display in that price tier. But we haven't stopped there. We also added Gorilla Glass. nano coating. So we put it in a really high quality design and integrated a great display and a great hardware framework. Now, as I said, the display is great to experience the internet, but if you have to wait seconds to go to the next page, if you can't use the latest 3D in car race, there's no value in that. And Moto G, we've built in the latest Qualcomm quad-core processor running on a 1.2 gigahertz speed. So in that price tier, that was one of the first and is one of the first devices enabling that technology in that price tier. Now, processor is great, but without enough RAM, you can't run most of the applications smoothly, and you can't upgrade the device to the next software. So we've added 1 gigabyte of RAM, which is, I think, a great feature in that price tier. And we put a lot of effort into the technology to run a quad-core processor and to run this big display without compromising an all-day battery experience. So this device, Moto G, gets you over the day easily. Now, the next feedback we got from consumers, as I said, was, I want to have the latest software. And as Simon said in the beginning, many consumers are forced to buy old Android versions because they run on kind of in this device tier. We didn't compromise on that. We are going to launch with Android with KitKat 4.4.2, and we are committed for the next upgrades as well. We have been the first in the US to upgrade to KitKat. We have actually beaten the Nexus team in 2 days in terms of upgrade speed. So we are absolutely committed as a company to stick to that strategy to upgrade really fast across all our devices. And then the fourth point, where I've said consumers, they want to show off, they want to be different. They might want to use a different device in the morning, at work, in the evening, they want to change it. It might be different in summertime. I might change it when I go back to the colder areas, to put a dark color on it, and when I come to Greece it's more like white and like summer color. So we've added these great shells, so you can customize your Moto G by taking off the back and change the color of the back easily. You can also choose between all these colors, and you can also go and add a flip cover on it. So take off the back, and happy to present it to you later today. You can put a flip cover on it, which adds additional functionality. If you open it, it turns on. If you close it, it kind of goes off. My wife is using it. She loves it. She's not really a smartphone lady, right? So because I get this stuff, she's using one. And she loves this because she wants to protect her phone in her handbag, and she wants to make sure it's turned off, and that's exactly what this cover does. And she loves the red flip cover, so which is not my favorite, but she loves that. So we really give consumers the choice to customize their device. And third cover type we are able to show you today are the grip shells. So you can transform your Moto G from a nice stylish day phone to a kind of active device if you go out for hiking or biking or sailing or whatever you want to do, and put a kind of nice grip shell around the device which protects it. It can fall down, it's protected, and you can change this back the day after if you're back at work and you might want to put a nice kind of conservative black color shell on your device again. So it really gives you the opportunity to build your device and to use your device as you want. So just let me summarize the hardware features before we go into the heart of Moto G, which is the software. We've built in a super sharp HD display, all-day quad-core speed. We've built Android 4.4.2 in, and we are committed to upgrade to any further Android version. And you can customize it with great color backs. Everything I've said, including 8 GB of user memory, it comes at a super affordable price of 189 euros. And that's the success story of Moto G in so many countries, as Simon said. It's an exceptional phone at an exceptional price, and it's kind of running really, really well in most of the countries around the world.